Have you ever looked at your life? It's a life that you've created, it's a life that you've prayed for, and yet somehow you wonder why it no longer feels like it's enough. It's one of the hardest questions that a woman has to ask herself. And it's not because we don't love our family, we don't love our life, and that we're not grateful, but somewhere along the way, she stopped believing that she has the capacity for more. And let's not see this as a failure in any way. Don't get hard on ourselves. Let's see it as a sign that we've reached a threshold between the woman that you've been and the woman that you're here to become. In this coaching session from the Sacred Pleasure Workshop, one woman out loud says something that so many of us only whisper inside, and what unfolded changes the way that you understand your purpose, your pleasure, and your next chapter. Let me walk you through the framework step by step, because once you see where you are in this process, everything starts to make more sense. This is my Dharma confusion framework, and it's a simple roadmap to help you move from feeling lost and overwhelmed to reconnecting with your unique path. So, how do you feel in your life at the moment? Also, these 4 areas, do you feel like, you're currently postponing any of those, or do you feel like they're all very meaningful and you try to direct your life to include those? Or
I think I include all of them,
yeah,
but I feel foggy in the Dharma part sometimes, especially in relation to my work. Yeah, I think that's what I would say.
and that's interesting, because I feel like you have something that you feel purposeful about, as well as, being a mother is a
Yeah.
purpose, duty. So yeah, that kind of surprises me that you don't feel the Dharma is there, your right action in the world. So what's making you say that?
We've been on this trip. It's been, my daughter's with us now, but it's been weeks and weeks of like tension. I've been able to barely focus on anything besides that. And then I'm like, do I even want to do this anymore? And then I'm like, well, I love when I work with people. And I just feel like this ambivalence because I'm at this threshold in my life. And the cost of doing my work sometimes and what it creates in our household doesn't feel worth it.
Yeah, I think I can relate to that as well.
Yeah.
I definitely feel tension start to build if I'm really trying to focus in my work, and then I have to take the kids somewhere, or I have to do something that, my partner typically wouldn't do, and I would be left to do it as my duty as mother, which is great because, he supports as well in a different role and different duty. So I completely can relate to that. And what I've learned to do, I think, over the years is allow that flow to come in. It's like there's nothing that needs to be always achieved exactly when I want it. Sometimes I can leave some space for just having fun, just being mum, just being in that role as well. And it doesn't mean that my work is not there, or that it's not going to come into greater light in another time. It just means that it's on the back burner. It's not.
Yeah.
How does that sound to you? How does that?
I mean, that's kind of what I've been trying to tell myself, like, because I'm not really ready to fully release. I'm not ready to release. But I'm also, I don't know, I just feel this pressure around like, well, if I'm not focusing on it, then it's not building up, not, this sounds shitty, but like a pipeline, like you're not there. And there's like that, I'm like really over that churn. Yeah.
And I think this is why we need moments like this when we get together, because I don't think there is one clear way of doing it, except that we have to learn that flow.
Yeah.
I think as soon as we start like gripping, that's when we create this tension within inside us, when really it doesn't need to be there. I know I always think of the long game, like one day, the house will be quieter, we'll have to run around and, be doing those lifts and things like that. And
I have more time to put into this, and it doesn't need to be built overnight. It's a gradual thing that kind of opens, and I get to, at the same time, play within that in terms of, at the moment, I'm doing my social media, going back to doing my social media and learning how to do that a bit better, and speaking and communicating. And, it's like each time there's a different facet that you'll learn, that you'll polish.
Yeah.
And I think that I have definitely been caught up in that, like, but it has to be now, it's going to be now, but it's a gradual thing. And that will helps loosen that grip.
Yeah.
And I also will be away on retreat for the next, 10, 11 days, which means that I won't be doing social media. And then I will also at that time just like, okay, just let that go, that, life is happening. And I think we have to enjoy those moments when life is happening. So I think that's what this workshop is about. That is what we're doing today, is remembering to extract the good stuff out of life instead of constantly feeling like we need to be somewhere else, doing something else, be somewhere else in our work. And we can just land and find the pleasure in those small moments. That is the Kama, is being present as you can be. And so
if this conversation resonated with you, my loves, I want you to remember this. You don't have to have it all figured out. Your whole life is not meant to fall into place in one day. Healing isn't about making one giant leap, but it's about coming home to yourself. One choice, one breath, one courageous conversation at a time. So in Ayurveda, we call this Dharma confusion. It isn't a dead end, it's just an invitation. And it's often the moment where our soul begins asking a different question about how we live our life. So find a soft place in your body right now and breathe into that for a moment. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to watch part 1 of this series. It's where I introduce the 4 pillars of Vedic living and why pleasure isn't a luxury. It's an essential part of a healthy and meaningful life. Part 3 in this series is living in chronic rajas. That feeling of I'll rest when I'm done and then I burn out. Maybe you've experienced that before, like so many other women. We get trapped in this constant doing cycle. And yet it is for us to learn how to bring our nervous systems back into balance. And if you're ready to be supported in this next path, I'd love to welcome you into the Sacred Vitality Collective. That is our community where inside you get monthly coaching with me, Ayurveda, yoga, seasonal practices and recipes, and a community of committed women that are here to create that vibrant health, life purpose, and that feeling of being deeply nourished from the inside out. And if you'd like to work through this in your own pace, I've created a free guide called the Dharma Confusion Framework. You can download your free copy. You'll find the link for all of those below.